I'm Joe Pellegrino from FFU3, and today we're going to talk about marketing your brand new business idea. Now listen, it's 2021, so the average Joe generally has an idea that, you have to invest a fair bit of money into marketing in order to build, sustain, and ultimately grow your brand new business. We get clients or prospective clients in here all the time that are like, hey, I got a great idea for a business. I want you to do my marketing right now. Stop. Just stop. Just take a friggin' breath for half a second there, okay? There are still a whole bunch of things that you need to do before you even think about casting a dollar into a marketing budget. I love your enthusiasm and ultimately I want your business, but there's a couple of things we need to kind of do to get everything in order. I'm gonna tell you the 4 things you need to do before spending a dime on marketing your new business. The first thing that you need to do before thinking about spending a dime on marketing with your brand new business is determining what your product is. And I'm not just talking about your idea for your product or, oh, maybe this is, something that would sell really, really well. I'm talking about determining exactly what your product is. What's the product? What's the price point? Where are you getting it from? And who's buying it? Those are all really, really important questions that you absolutely need to answer, okay? You gotta have your product before you can have your business ultimately. It's fun creating new businesses, right? It's fun creating, new brands, but at the same time, you have to have a product to sell, right? There's got to be some kind of, exact stream of income that you're creating here. So you absolutely need to take the time to determine what your product is. Maybe your product is a service, okay? So maybe you're going to get into consulting. That's your product. You're doing marketing consulting. Okay, who are you selling to? Who is the network that you're reaching out to? If this is day one of your business, what are you doing? What does the day look like? How are you finding clients? Those are all things you need to determine with a service-oriented product. When you're talking about a tangible or a retail product, okay, are we looking for sourcing? What kind of products are selling really, 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 really well? Think about the e-commerce world. Think about creating your own sort of merch store, whatever it may be. You have to figure out which products actually are going to be on there and what the price point is that they're actually going to be listed at. Those are really, really important things that don't just glaze over. Don't just say, oh, no, we'll figure it out later. No, figure out what your product is now. Number 2 is creating your brand. Okay, now that's a little bit marketing oriented, right? But you have to have a solid brand, a solid personality behind your business to really be able to put yourself out in the marketplace. Who are you in the marketplace? Now, a lot of people say, oh, well, I got a logo designed. We're good. Yeah, but a logo isn't your whole brand. A logo is an iteration of the brand. A logo is a piece of the brand. It's sort of the thing that you slap on top of everything. But you have to have a cohesive brand that speaks to the personality of what you're selling, of you. I say this to clients all the time. Who are you? At the end of the day, I could tell you what the data says about what your brand should be. I could tell you what makes the most sense. But at the end of the day, this is you. If you're the business owner, this is about you. So what do you want your brand to be? That's a really, really important sort of decision to make. Exactly what you want. Now, when you're hiring a digital marketing team, some of those guys are not necessarily going to be brand experts. My team happens to be brand experts. Not every digital marketing team is like that. So you can't just expect to go into somewhere and say, hey, I've got an idea, I've got a product, make me popular on social media. Sell stuff for me. Do it. And it doesn't work that way, okay? You have to have your brand before you can promote the brand. Okay, so that's a really, really important thing you need to do. The third thing you need to do is make sure that you actually have your vehicle. Okay, it's one thing to have your product, it's one thing to have your brand, but you actually have to have a place to sell your product and to promote your brand, okay? So in some instances, if you're talking about a web-based product, your website, that's your vehicle, the place that people are going to come and they're going to purchase from you. Now maybe that's an e-commerce Shopify store. Maybe that's more of a sort of a Wix like homepage or a WordPress homepage, whatever it may be. Either way, wherever people are going to purchase your services online, that needs to kind of be set before you invest any money into marketing. Where is the marketing team sending people to? They have to know that. They got to know where exactly traffic is being directed to. And you need to get that in place very, very quickly, because as early as you can start tracking data, as early as you can start improving your visibility on search engines, you're going to be so much better off for that by starting that process as early as possible. If you're talking more, if your vehicle is more of like a storefront or a food truck, or even maybe you're somebody that's selling at farmers markets, your tent, either way, do you have that vehicle in place? Are you ready to sell? Are you ready to receive customers? That's what you need to know before you invest any money into marketing. The fourth thing you need to do before investing any money, a single cent into marketing, is making sure that you have your logistics in place, okay? We've talked about the product, we've talked about the brand, we've talked about the vehicle, okay? Now, how is that all working together? What is your process? What is the customer service experience? What are customers, getting and walking away with? How are they telling their friends, and where are they, referring people back to? The logistics of your whole operation is something really, really important to know and understand, again, before you invest a dime into marketing. Because if you don't lay the secure foundation here, if you just sort of wing it, you're going to be worse off for it. You're going to waste a lot of money. You can spend a lot of money really fast on digital marketing. You can spend a lot of money really, really fast on that. So it's best to make sure that you have a secure foundation, that you have these 4 steps all taken care of before you ever talk to a team like mine or any other digital marketing teams out there. You got to make sure that you have your ducks in a row before we can do a really, really good job. Okay? I like to say that I like working with clients who care as much about what they're doing and know as much about what they're doing as I care and know about my own business, because that is a recipe for reciprocal success. That's how we're both going to end up being successful. The more that I can make you successful, the more I'm going to be successful as a result of that. So that's a really, really important thing for all of us in this marketing transaction that's happening. So take the time to make sure you lay secure foundations on your new business. Make sure you know exactly what your product is and who you're selling to. Make sure you've got the right brand in place, a strong and cohesive, consistent brand. Make sure you've got your vehicle all set and ready so that you can start receiving customers, and make sure your logistics and your operation are all set up so that you can not just receive customers, but give them a fantastic experience. That's going to be it for me, guys. We have multiple shows here: Fortunes and Freedom, which is our conversational show; FFU3, which is this one right here, which is a little bit more explicitly educational, and we're on YouTube, we're on Apple Podcast. So go ahead and subscribe, hit the little notification button so you can hear more from us. You can get notified when we have new content. We post, several times a week. You can also check us out on Instagram @FortunesFreedom. You can DM us there if you have any questions. You can always leave comments below the video. And hey, we're just happy to be here. We're happy to serve you, and we'll see you next time.